Hopefully Cedric got on this one because he was on the other one. I was trying to tell him to get off this call.
All right. Hey, Charlotte, what's up?
What's today? That was already happened this morning. Oh.
Yo, my Euro GBP is actually just got in profit. That's what's up. Yeah.
Okay. Don't come talking about it another day because you know how it's the devil's fair.
Man, that shit do be moving all funny and shit.
Hey, BB.
Yeah.
What is this screen that's up right now? What do you use this screen for?
Oh, you sound like you in a hallway.
I guess I'm saying I got these kids and trying to hurry up for they start talking.
There's some small kids in the background and stuff.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So how's everybody doing, man, with the whole social distancing thing and stuff?
We struggling, busy. We struggling.
We struggling. I mean, that's why we got Forex.
Facts.
All right, let's get to it though. Let's wait for a few more people to get on. How many people got on here? All right, wait for a few more people to get on.
I think you need to make an announcement. I think they were confused, so I posted the other link.
All right, post another.
Sorry about that. Well, I have to go for 226.
All right, let's do it. We better than playing Congregationals. It's my bad at playing Congregationals, dog.
Bro, y'all
I'm telling y'all.
Somebody watching The Princess and the Frog.
Right. Okay, did we record this shit too? Everybody thinking
Ash.
Okay, everybody's now muted. Unmute yourselves. What do y'all use Forex Factory for? Basically to see what news is coming out. You got to trade. When like perfect example. Right here tomorrow we got a GBP news coming out. This might not move the market much, but if you're in a GBP pair, you kind of want to watch to see what's going on with your trade. You don't want your trade to go south. You know what I'm saying? So you're unmuted now, so unmute yourselves. But yeah, that's kind of what I use Forex Factory for, just to kind of see what news is coming up. Like on Friday, you got non-farm payroll, so that's a really big deal. So you trade in the U.S. pair, you might want to either protect your entry, protect your profit if you're in U.S. pairs, or just don't trade them. So there'll be a lot of volatility surrounding that pair. Cheryl's crazy. All right, but let's get to some of these charts. Basically, all I want to talk about tonight is what everybody's been asking me about for the longest. Going over some divergence in the market. We'll talk about the different types of divergences. So go to a fresh new section of my screen. All right. Right here. I could use, just let me use a basic trend line. All right. All right, what is that?
So double top.
Right. All right. That's what's up. So. What is this?
Double bot.
Okay. So we call it the money and the wealth formation. So we're going to talk about this along with divergence in the market for tonight. We're going to find some examples live in the market and teach you kind of how to trade these for key reversal zones or getting key entries, you know, basically with some of the stuff we've been using. And a perfect example is what we got going on right here. These are just, we can call this session reversals. And divergence is a really good tool for not just sitting this markup out. Divergence is a really good tool for you to catch a good reversal point. And the CEO, Chris Terry, actually used divergence to make hundreds of millions of dollars out of Forex. And that's all he trades is divergence. So there's something to it. Right now, if you look at price, did an SRT, support resistance trend line. This is a trend. Right now, price is pulling back. Price is right back into this zone. All right. Price is right back into this zone. You notice, why did I mark up this zone?
Engulfing candle. Now that you blow it up.
Right. This is your engulfing candle right here. What is the engulfing candle?
Bullish.
It is bullish, but what is the engulfing candle?
The control, the candle that takes control.
Basically, it just shows you momentum in the market. And notice it's engulfing because this body is 3 times to 4 times the size of this candle right here. Notice how price is coming down. It hit this zone and it reversed off to go up. And notice, let me go to a higher time frame so you can see a whole lot better. There you go. Notice where we're at. Why did I pick this zone? What's to the left of you?
Double top.
No. Yep, yes, a double top. That's actually correct.
I was like, wait.
This is, yeah, you're right. So this is a double top. But notice what the double top did here. Let's zoom in. Bam. Scroll down to a low time frame. Okay. This is support. Well, resistance right here. Notice how price struggled to break this zone. Price got here, did this whole consolidation type thing, broke down, didn't want to break this zone. Look at all the wick, and then it finally broke through. Look where we're back at. So price is just coming back to retest this zone. And notice what we're getting now when I called that buy. What are we getting now? Look at your MACD, you're getting momentum up. Go down. What is this? What is this right here? Everybody.
Engulfing candle.
There we go. That is why I called.
By the
this
way,
buy.
when I'm answering, I'm actually live. Oops.
Yeah, that's why I called this buy. Notice we got the engulfing candle right back in this zone. This zone right here. So these are just confirmations you use when you're looking for buys and sells. Or this is what I use when I'm normally looking for calling signals. So let's say, okay, I see we're in the descending channel. That's already a key reversal pattern. That's one. So one confirmation. Two, we're in this zone right here. Previously in the zone, we had an engulfing candle. All right, 2 confirmations. 3, I'm going down. I'm seeing all this bullish momentum come up on the MACD. Heavy divergence. That's 4 or 5 confirmations right there. So I feel comfortable taking this buy because of that. And that is how you look for your buys and your sells. And notice this heavy divergence. All divergence means is price action is going one way, your indicator is going the other way. This is regular divergence. Now, I'm going to scroll through some pairs. And see if we can find some other types of divergences. Here we go, right here. Oh, this is a very good example. Shoot, Euro GBP might be the move for the night. What's funny, I actually use these tools so much, my trading view now just puts them on a little hot list for me. It recognizes that I use them so much. It's like, oh, here you go, busy, right here. All right, what do you see right here? What is this?
Consolidation.
That's right. Somebody's been studying. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, y'all trying to get paid around here. All right. Notice in this zone, price came down here. Let's mark up this zone. So let's just say this is the zone. Boom. I'm gonna just move this one all the way over here.
It's been consolidating.
Right. So down, let me grab this guy, move this guy all the way over here. So this is a zone and a strong zone. And this is why marking up your zones, support, resistance, trend lines, and zones are so important. Oh, well, if you took that Euro GBP, man, you up right now. 5 pips, you up. GBP chef is coming down. Everybody say, yup, for some money. And this is another one too. We're gonna talk about this one. Funny, we mentioned this zone. All right. Notice this zone. Okay, what's chat doing? Yep, okay, yeah. That's right, Charlie. And this is why you gotta trust what your indicator is doing. Look at that. Right there. So I'm gonna put a vertical line here. Right here. So this right here is known as divergence. Notice how your price action was in this channel, this flat flag consolidation type deal. But notice what your indicator was doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is called exaggerated divergence. This is when your price action is pretty stagnant. You don't see any moves. It's in a consolidation, but your MACD indicator price action is shifting up. Notice how this bottom and this bottom, look at the heavy divergence on this, which led to what? This breakout. And notice the zone. What is this?
Descended channel.
No,
That's a flag.
that is a flag. Notice how the flag never broke this pole. And this is what, people always get flags confused. Oh, but how do you know it's a flag? Look at this. Look at price action.
It also has a new support and resistance though, right?
And I'm gonna get to that. But notice how this was the channel. Look at this flag. It came right down to where? The retest of this what?
Resistance. Your line.
Look at your MACD. What's your MACD doing? What's this?
Like it's retesting.
It
There you
retested.
go. Retested to lead to what?
Breakout.
There you go. So now let's scroll out. Let's see what we did. Boom. It retested to lead to this
And then a full breakout.
big ass uptrend right here. Just this breakout right here. Retested again to lead to this. You would have just held that for 22 days.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That's how powerful marking up these zones are and just holding your trade. Just hold it. And guess what? All price did was go from zone to zone. That's all price does. It goes from zone to zone. So even if you got price right here, I would have took profit right here because of why? What are you getting right here? What is this?
Ascending channel.
There you go. And what is an ascending channel?
It's a reversal pattern.
There you go.
Yeah.
And notice on the 4 hour. Damn. Let's go back to that. Even if you missed that ascending channel, what is this on the 4 hour?
Another.
Candle.
There you go. That would have been your signal or sign to what?
Sell.
To nope, get out of this trade if you're in a buy from over
if you
here,
were
all
making
up in.
profit, yeah, if you were on a buy, yeah, you need to get out before it start taking you.
Absolutely. That'll be your signal to get out. Get out of the trade because guess what? Price is near a zone. Or let's say you missed that. Cool. Let's go back to this ascending channel. I mean, I expect Euro GBP to doing all this, but again, what is this right here? This is that candle.
Engulfing.
That would have been your signal to get out. But let's say you missed all of that. What is this?
Impulse.
So that's an impulse. And what is this?
Correction.
A flag.
Yeah.
Correction. So you'd have seen that. That would have been your impulse. That would have been your sign to take profit. You know, price is turning around and notice what your MACD is doing. Notice how the shift of the MACD came down. You see that on your breakout? And notice how you see that breakout. I go down 1 or 2 time frames. Look at how we got that perfect retest right here on that flag. This is that flag. Retest. Right there. That would have been your, you could have took profit right here. Even if you missed this breakout, wait for the flag. If it's a true trend, you will always get a flag. There will always be a correction. Then it broke out again. You could have just caught that move. This is a huge ass flag. Nevertheless, it's still a flag. This came back to like a teacup type structure. You see the MACD shifting down, even if you caught your entry right here. Notice stop loss above here. You caught your entry right here. You caught this whole basically down move. Boom. After you caught this down move, or after you caught this down move, because even if you miss this impulse, you caught this down move right here. So boom. After you caught this big, huge up move right here, boom. All using fundamentals, the stuff that we've been teaching, the stuff that we've been going through, the stuff that we have been learning. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
And honestly, you could have just stayed on this one pair and caught this flag, caught this whole upswing, waited till price got to a zone, seen this reversal pattern, and said, I'm going to take profit right here. You could take profit right here, let this pattern play it out. Notice your MACD is shifting down. This would have been your kill zone shot right here. Okay, even if you need more help, you could have put on another indicator. Bam. So like the stochastic caught this cross right here. Boom. Actually, the cross goes through the histogram about right here. So let's say you caught that. Boom. And notice how momentum is shifting down through your signal line. So you would have caught that right there. Notice how that's the perfect entry. And notice what this is right here. Notice what you caught. What is this?
Engulfing candle.
There you go. An engulfing candle that leads to, guess what, this whole down move. You probably would have took profit because most people are scared of flags. You could have let this retest it, and guess what? Look at that cross again. Look how perfect that cross is on the stochastic. Right there at the top of the flag. Yeah. Say that again?
No, I can't see it.
There you go. Look how perfect that cross is, right? Look how that lines up. That perfect retest, the perfect cross, another down move.
What indicator is that?
This is just stochastic, and these indicators on this set, the settings on this are 14, 7, and 3. I really don't use it much, but it's just another added tool for confirmation. That's it. And notice how perfectly that lines up. And like I said, this was a big ass flag, but notice what you got right here. Basically right here. What is that? If I go down to the 15 minute.
Candles everywhere.
Dolphin
Yeah.
candle.
There you go. Yeah. That was right about here. You could have caught this engulfing candle right here in the flag. Or actually, this is it. This is it right here. You could have caught this engulfing candle in the flag right here. You a little fake out, wicked off, came down right here. You started to see the cross. So you probably would have caught one of these candles. Notice your MACD is shifting now. Your MACD is shading down. Momentum is shifting. And you caught that cross. And that's what this is. Weak rejection. You had a strong downtrend line. This is a good entry. That leads you to that. Hold up. All of that. Boom.
So that cross just pretty much indicates a reversal of trend?
Pretty much. That's all it does. This cross indicates momentum. It's a momentum indicator. Momentum is shifting. So you could have caught that entry right there, caught this whole damn down wave. So basically you could have rode this trend up and rode that shit right back down. And this is just on one pair. How many pairs do we trade?
1 million.
Right. 1 million of them. We'll go with that answer. 1 million of them.
Pick them and choose them.
Exactly. And I'm talking about this move didn't take long. This move took 10 days.
I'll say that the only daunting part is that like sometimes I've taken like some trades and I've I've tried to catch it in like the upswing or downswing, whatever. I'll get bumped out of a trade because I like actually move the stop loss up and, no risk trading, whatever.
Okay.
And it'll get to the point where I'm like, my eyes heavy, need to fall asleep, get up for work the next day type ish.
Gotcha.
And I'm not in profit yet, so I'll like close out, like, but then it ends up that this trade, takes profit like the next day at around like 11:30 or something. And I don't know. It's like I've gone to sleep with some trades and like lost, and I don't want to do that too often. So if I go to sleep and I'm not in profit yet, I just get out. Like the AUD CAD trade. What was it, like the night before last?
Yeah.
Or maybe even last night? I can't remember. I don't know. Days bleed together. I'm working from home right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I made profit a couple times, but with safe, like no risk trading, and it was doing that consolidation stuff for a while. So it kept knocking me out of the trade.
No, I say what you wanted to say. I was doing that consolidation shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it kept knocking me out of the trade for like the first few hours, and it got to like 12:30, almost 1:30 in the morning, and like I was like, I was doing like good profit, like risk management, whatever. So I was only down like $1.34, but I was down nonetheless.
Okay, let's go to that. And this is that trade. This is ICAD, right? This is the one we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom. So notice when I called this trade, price was somewhere in here. I put your stop loss here, right below this engulfing candle. I want to say, I think I put stop loss right here. We'll make this little guy right here, we'll make it red.
Yeah, I want to say stop loss was like 0.855 or something.
Okay, yeah, so stop loss was probably like, that's 850, 855. Nah, it would have been like 85, something like that. Like probably right here. Even if it's 855, which, okay, that's this engulfing candle, pretty much is the body of this engulfing candle. Let's say 855. Cool, okay, cool. So we'll just say 855. That was your stop loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, what price point did you get in?
So you were on the 1 hour. I got in at like the second wick past.
What was go back in your trade, look at your price point. What's your price point that you got in?
Hang on, let me go.
And your time frame.
Okay, if I'm looking at MetaTrader 4, I can see stop loss and take profit. Where do I see entry point?
You should go to your MetaTrader 4 and see that entry is up to the left. So if you're on the left in your MetaTrader 4, you should see the price you got in, price point.
I think it says, if I'm reading it correctly, 0.86444.
Okay, so you got in at 0.86444. Let's just go with that. Okay, which that was a horrible ass entry. So I don't know why you put your entry there.
Learning.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. So again, and this is why, learning the fundamentals and everybody learning these things is crucial to your survival in Forex. Okay, what is this structure right here?
Descending channel.
No,
Or flat. Really.
This is the impulse and flag.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was trying to buy like at the bottom of that flag.
Okay. So, what kind of trend are we in?
Uptrend.
Well, this is basically when you go to the weekly, daily, scroll down, 4 hour. Do you see an uptrend?
Downtrend. Downtrend.
There you go. This is a downtrend. This has been coming down, 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 down. All this is a correction for what? This breakout. Look at that. That was that hard drop when the market crashed and everything was dropping. All this is a correction for that. So this is not a true uptrend. This is not coming up aggressively. Notice how this dropped aggressively. Look how full these candles are. Notice how this is sparsely coming up. Sparsely coming up. The drops are heavy.
That's what you would consider like a pattern inside of a pattern.
Pretty much, yeah, absolutely. So this
So
could be a
that's like-
pattern with some
That's
pattern.
like an extended flag, so it's more than likely going back down.
No, this is a reversal right here. So we're going to talk about it. So this was the flag for one more move up. So you got it right here. Okay. Even if you got it right here, this did not hit your stop loss. That's when you got that spike to take profit right here. I call that take profit like right here. So that was a winning trade. You would have won.
Mhm.
Again, you just got to trust the trade. So this came close to stop loss, but it didn't hit it. You were 20 pips from stop loss. And that's when, guess what? It spiked down, it did the fake out, and it came back up to 200 pips to take profit.
Mhm.
And that's why, you guys just got to trust the trades, trust the setups.
I overthought it, to be honest, because like I looked at the because like you always say like the greater time frame prevails kind of ish, like
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
looked at the weekly and the larger time frames, and I saw that ultimately it was a downtrend. And so because I wasn't in profit by the time I was getting heavy eyed, I just didn't trust it to be able to like move up my stop loss and keep the trade in profit even if it went the opposite way.
Okay. And at what point do you move up your stop loss? If you're
As
targeting
soon as it like passes the entry point, I try
No.
to, but if it's in that consolidation, I mean, like honestly, I'm looking for that halfway point, like you said over the weekend, where you make that halfway pip like whatever your pip percentage that you're trying to make, whether it's 20 pips or 40 pips. If you're trying to do 40 pips, you move it in profit at 20,
right,
so at least you
exactly.
make half of it. So I was like looking for that at least, but I mean, it hadn't even really passed the entry point by the time I was going to sleep. So
Right, exactly.
it was just a bad entry point, like you said.
And sometimes that happens. Trust me, we don't all get them down, but these fundamentals, they help you in the long run be more disciplined. They help you, not be in such a bad drawdown. So sometimes drawdown is a part of the game, but we try to minimize that as much as possible. So if you're if you see this bullish flag and you notice you're near a trend line, which is this corrective move up, try to get as close to the bottom of the flag in the trend line as possible. So this would have been your kill shot entry right here. But notice, let's go down to another time for smaller time frame. So notice you had this. But notice what you didn't get a breakout continuation. You got that spike up, that fake out to this downtrend.
Mhm.
So that hit our take profit, but that was take profit 1. So, you know, you could have took profit there and been fine, but anybody that tried to hold this knows what they got. Reversal. Because guess what? Did this continue? Look at what your MACD is doing. Do you see continuation?
No.
No. What you see is it would have continued right here. This would have been the continuation right here. Just shifting up, but you never got that bullish momentum. You got fake out to come back down.
Mhm.
So there you go. And all trading is just waiting for patterns that you can identify. And once you identify the pattern, you know how to play the move. That is it. That is it. But yeah, any questions, anybody? And notice on this trade right here, what type of divergence is this? Hold on, let me find a nice double top. Right here. So you got a little ascending channel right here, divergence.
That
Little,
M.
that M, that's a double top. That means price came up, retested. Notice how this M started this whole downtrend.
Mhm.
M patterns, W patterns, and head and shoulder patterns are very reliable patterns for reversals. And not to mention, look at the minimum of your MACD. It was starting to shift down. There you go. That's you got this whole downtrend. Impulse, flag, impulse, flag, impulse. Then honestly, when you seen this hard reversal right here, you seen all of this, you seen this candle, I would have got out. And that's how you trade. That's plain and simply put how you trade. Let me see if I can find any more examples. Perfect one right here. Boom. Notice price. Again, and this is exaggerated divergence. Notice how price is coming down to retest this bottom again and make a double bottom.
Mhm.
So got this.
It's funny because on the graph, it really doesn't appear to be making like that drastic of a difference. But when you look at the MACD,
And notice how that started that huge breakout, which you'd have got in right probably about, once I'd have seen this right here, I probably would have got in at this engulfing candle or right after this. So I probably would have got in about right here. So, boom. Or drop down to a small time frame. Notice, but look at that up move that you would have caught.
W.
So you would have got in right. So you'd have caught this whole move. So you'd have caught this whole move. Okay, not bad. Boom. Next 300 pip move. That's not bad at all. That's not a bad day at all. So even if you'd have went up on a higher time frame and thought that was a flag right here, boom. Notice what this is on the higher time frame. What is this?
Ascending channel.
There you go. Look at your MACD. That would have been your signal to get out. And notice where price is at. Ascending channel that pulled back into this zone. Perfectly wicked to that zone and rejected. Notice how many times it's wicked there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a strong zone. It's struggling to break this zone. Start this down move. After that, started this whole down move. If I was in a buy right here, that would have been my signal to get out. I would have took profit probably after I seen price break this zone. Well, the next zone from here is here. So everybody that's asking me about take profit 1, 2, and 3, how you do that is, if this is take profit 1, and you see price blow through this zone like it did here, look at that bullish momentum. See price start to flag off and it breaks through this zone. Okay, you watch it and take profit 2. Came back and retested take profit 1, went up to take profit 2, and then you see this reversal right here. I would have took profit and take profit 2 and let it go. I would have marked on my zone and said, this is a strong zone right here. It hasn't broken this zone in, I don't know, since November 2019. Yeah, I'm gonna take profit there. Again, there's always another move. You don't have to get greedy. There's always another move. There's always another trade. There's always another trend. The trend is your friend until it ends. And when it does, find it and write it again. And honestly, everybody, that's all I have for my training for the night.
Thank you.
Everybody learned something?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
bro, I appreciate that for sure, man. Yeah, because, man, it makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, and notice, funny thing is, okay, back to this divergence step. Notice this divergence right here, and I love this. Let's go down to a lower time frame. All the lower time frames do is help you see price action at the most, is in real time. That's all it does. This heavy divergence right here. Okay. Notice where that breakout, notice where the flag came. The flag came right to the top of this zone. Retested the top of this zone. It didn't break through. Look at the wick offs. Perfectly to the zone. Notice why I said prior resistance becomes future support. Look at how it wicked right off into that zone. Came back, wicked right off on top of that zone. It started this massive ass uptrend. I mean, look at that. This started all of this. And all you had to do was hold it from here to here. So all you had to do was hold it. Let me see. 28 days, not even a month.
So you're pretty much like, you're marking larger and testing smaller, right? But you're like trusting the larger time frame for what the trend is doing, but looking at the smaller zone to just kind of like check yourself.
Well, it's a smaller zone just to show you where you get in. They just show you, hey, okay, I know in a larger time frame what price is doing. Now I want to get that wick sniper entry. I want to refine my entry. I want to get down to the nitty gritty to see exactly. Once I'd have seen this right here, this double bottom or this wick off, that's a good sign. That means price is struggling to break this zone. Notice you're in this little price trap right here.
Yeah.
Got your MACD moving up. I got a double bottom right here. If I drill down to probably the 30-minute. Okay. I got an engulfing candle in this zone. Look at that. Pretty engulfing candle on the 30-minute. I would have actually probably got in right here and just held this entry. Price came back to this engulfing candle right on top of that, pushed off of that. That's what led to that little small uptrend. It made this flag. If I go back up, you got that retest right here. Boom. So you got that MACD crossover right there. That retest of the zero line. So this was your retest of the zero line. You could have got another entry right here. Since you had this one, notice how flag never broke this structure. Notice how price never broke below this zone. This entry is now safe. You could have got another entry right here, and guess what? Free reign. So that's your two entries. Bam. Now you put a standard, you put a standard lot on that. That would have been 10 grand. In 21 days.
Busy, before you close the call, can you pull up the GBP Swiss?
Let me see, GPCHF. Boom. Now this
All
is yeah, price is breaking down. Notice I seen this ascending channel. And this is where I got everybody in at. I put my stop loss right here because I don't want to give everybody a huge ass stop loss. Me personally, I don't trade with a stop loss, but I know everybody's not like me. So I seen we were in this ascending channel. Divergence is happening. I drilled down. Okay. I told everybody to get in about right here. Notice what we got. What is this?
Bearish impulse.
Little
Right.
engulfing right there.
There you go. Boom. We got a bearish impulse. Now what is this?
Correction.
There you go.
Correction.
That's a flag. And guess what? Out. So even if you could have caught this, and I'm hoping price breaks this zone, but notice what we got right here. What is this? Once price breaks this, right there, that's the zone. Notice how price came back down here, broke through, it came back, retested, came back, couldn't break, made this head and shoulder, right shoulder, down. This is the third touch this zone. Hopefully you get a forceful breakout like this. Get something like that. Boom. Then you get a flag to retest. Probably something like that. That would be the bottom of that zone. Right here. Right there. Boom. And then guess what we got? All of this free space to fill in.
So how long would you I mean, obviously you just need to monitor it, but like I remember, there was a young lady speaking, basically saying like she went to sleep, on a trade and she came back and it was already gone. Like if I was in a trade like this, I put enough money in my accounts where I can kind of hold trades a little longer and I don't have to worry about being kicked out. But like for this one, would you recommend somebody going to sleep on this?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I give you a generous stop loss. Your stop loss is up here. All your stop loss do is protect you, so you can go to sleep. And if you're not over leveraged, you shouldn't be worried about it anyway. So that's the thing. Most people, when they watch their phones and they over there sweating and stuff, oh my God, that's because you're over leveraged. If you use proper leverage and proper risk management, you ain't worried. I'm not worried about this hitting stop loss. It's not going to kill my account.
Got it. Because you can always come back and just see, like, it could still, like, it may not move in the way that you may want it to, but based upon the stop loss and, watching the trend, even if it's not in the place you want it to be, you could still avoid it maxing you all the way out.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing. You want to make sure your stop loss is, paramount. Like I said, I'm not worried about this taking me out. So, because again, when you use proper leverage, you use proper risk management, you're not worried about the trade. Because hey, guess what? Even if the trade goes south, there's always another trade. There's always setups. Every day there's setups in this market. So I don't care if one goes south. Out of all the trades we called this week, none of them have hit stop loss. Everything has hit take profit. So even if you lose one, you still up, 4 or 5 for the week? And if you met your weekly goal, you're done trading. Stop. Whatever your goal is, once you meet that goal, stop trading. You're done. That's just the discipline part. That just comes with time. So, yep, team is 10 o'clock. That's all I got for tonight. So I hope everybody got something out of this training.
Thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Thanks,
So,
Busy.
no problem.
Thank
anytime.
you.
So next week, let's do it.
Thank you, Busy.
No problem.
Thanks. Thanks.